Viola Davis. Oh my God, this Woman King. Tell everybody what this is about.
The Woman King is set in Dahomey, West Africa in 1826, but it's about the Agojia warrior. They were an all-female military unit. Usually they were women between 8, 14 when they first got recruited that were the throwaway women. The women who they didn't consider attractive, they were unruly, and so they fought for their kingdom, and they weren't allowed to get married, have children, have sex. They just fought for their kingdom. And they trained in martial arts, in sucking down their pain, everything. That's all they trained to do. But this movie follows Naniska, Nawi, Izogi, Amenza, and it's basically, because I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, don't give it too much away now.
But the story really involves them, their journey in being in this military unit.
What I love about you is everything you do is so powerful. You know, it's just like, and I feel like that has to come from within. So was this like a dream role of yours to play?
Absolutely. It's always a dream role for me. I'm just going to say, I'm one of those people that wants agency. I want my autonomy. And I feel like, you know, when I saw Gladiator, I want to do that. Mm-hmm. When I saw Braveheart, I said, I want to do that. So yes, this was a dream of mine. I wanted to do an action movie. I wanted to do something historically epic, but I wanted Black people to be in it.
Yeah.
I wanted us to be in it. Because for me, I always want to see an expansiveness of our humanity. It doesn't matter if it's good, bad, positive, if it's messy. I just want for us to show us for completely who we are, our humanity. And for me, when I read the script, it filmed in South Africa. Gina Prince Bythewood, you had the Sheila A. Tim, the Lashana Lynches, Tusa Mbedu, the Adrienne Warrens, all these unbelievably just powerful Black actresses, Black woman at the helm. Yeah.
Wow.
You don't get that.
You don't, and it's so, it's just, it's so powerful, it's so moving. I think you've affected us all because as a performer, it has to come from the heart. When it comes from the heart, it reaches the heart, and I sense that in everything that you do. So I just wanted to say that for myself. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing on this script, but I wanted to say that, and it reaches. But I gotta hear about these stunts, though, because did you do the stunts in this?
Let me tell you something.
Please tell me. Hold the line, hold the line. I want to hear all of this.
Yes, I did do the stunts, and I'm going to say it from now until the day I leave this earth. I did those stunts, 98, 99% of them, because I didn't want to look bad with those young girls. Because I was the old OG warrior. I was the old warrior.
Let them know.
So I was like, I have to pull it off, and I was one of the producers on it, too. And we shot in South Africa for 5 months.
Wow.
In the jungle. We shot in the jungle. You know, we shot in places where you're driving to work and you see elephants and lions and...
Oh, my God, yes.
Lions and tigers and bears and you're...
Because it's Africa, you gonna see that.
Now I'm saying that like I'm all like big
Did
shot, but really, let me tell you something. I would get to the set and go... We got a snake wrangler? Did you see a leopard?
Oh, my God.
We got our rifles, right? But seriously, there is nothing like being on the continent of Africa.
Right.
There is a reason why they call it the motherland. It is God's playground, absolutely without question.
And his art, too.
And the people in South Africa, I have to say, all of the Agojia warriors, which men and women in the background, a lot of women, extraordinary.
Wow.
I mean, extraordinary. We trained for, I trained 3 months. We all trained for 3 months. A lot of them trained no time. You should have seen them flipping the machetes, just rolling around, flipping people over, because the passion.
Yes.
There is nothing like passion. There is nothing like something that hits you in your heart from the very beginning. Because a lot of times I have to find it. I have to find the passion for it, you know.
Oh, I know. I'm listening. I'm taking notes as you speak. You guys were the Emmys.
It's crazy. And it's so unbelievable that it is continuing because, you know, we thought maybe second year we have to acknowledge that the light might shine elsewhere.
But you're so good.
Oh, it's honestly, people talk about our show being a huge hug to everyone during COVID, but it was to us.
Wow.
To be able to actually, you know, be with each other properly,
Yes.
feeling each other's
Yes.
molecules, you know?
Yes.
And it was just, it's like a ridiculously nauseatingly happy family. We are.
You can feel the energy.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it so beautiful.
So when you won last year, like versus this year, like you were able to, would you say, be able to relax more this year?
Oh yeah, not only that, I was literally like, I'm gonna have a nice time. And I literally saw Queen Ralph. And I was just, before we went in there, I went up, Cheryl and I saw each other, and I went, are you ready? I hope you're ready, because it's your night, lady.
Wow.
Because I'd seen her on the show,
Yeah.
and I was like, that is something special and beautiful, aside from all the wealth of other work in her career.
Yes, yes.
And I was like, are you ready? And my God, was she ready
Wow,
with
she
the
was
most
so ready.
magnificent...
Wasn't it the most beautiful speech?
Oh my God, honestly, even thinking about it nearly makes me in tears because we are older women who've been here a long time.
Yeah, but we're learning from you. And you
Oh
are
my
so beautiful.
God, it
It's
was
like,
absolutely beautiful.
oh my goodness. I almost missed my whole party watching. I was like, hold the line. I need to just sit in this moment. It's just amazing to witness and watch. Did y'all watch? Did you watch the Emmys? It was awesome, right?
And she looked so beautiful.
Yes. And you look beautiful. And what did you wear?
Right. Well, I was wearing, as I am today, Dolce & Gabbana, but I said to them, I know, it's a very hard life. I don't look like this at home. I'm like sweatpants and T-shirt.
Me too. I understand.
But underneath, I had high tops on because no one can see. I love that. Yeah, but it was so much. I enjoyed it so much more.
Yes, you
Are
can.
you like that? Do you
Listen,
do
I
that?
call it heel time. So when you put me in the heels, I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna make it through the whole event. But if you give me a gym shoe, I will talk anybody head off.
Absolutely.
Okay, I will last throughout the event. Do you feel that?
I will dance you under the table and
Yes.
stay under there and drink with you till 6 in the morning.
Exactly. If you have a gym shoe.
You have sneakers on.
I think we should start a petition for it. And the last thing I want to say, I think they should create little chairs. Because look, y'all, you may can agree. There comes a point on the red carpet where you can't feel your feet no more. Ladies, I think you will understand. And after a while, we're like all limping. So if they put a little bench here and there for us just to rest a little bit,
We would be
I'm
nicer.
advocating for this. Will
We'd
you
be
sign up with me?
nicer people.
Yes, we will be much nicer people. We will last through the event. Other than that, we're sitting in the middle event. Yes, we're happy to be there. Don't get me wrong. But we are dreaming of sitting at home on our couch just like this.
It's so
with
true.
some sweatpants on and
It's
some
so
gym shoes.
true. It's
right?
honestly, we're not just saying it.
No, really.
After a while, you're like, you look like a startled meerkat because you can't feel your feet.
You can't feel your feet.
No, you're like,
It would be how your sponsors, react to you at being a mom.
Yeah, when I was pregnant, I went through a really hard time. I wasn't supported in the way that I hoped that I would have been. And my renegotiation contracts started off at 70% less than what I had been making before. And I was asking for maternal protection, so time to be able to recover after having a baby. And I ended up speaking on what was happening along with other teammates of mine. And I parted ways with the company that I was with.
Wow.
But after we spoke out, they did change their policy and things did become different.
You see those bumps in the road to do it.
Yeah.
Tell everyone about your company.
So after I went through that whole ordeal, I was so frustrated because I felt like I had accomplished so many of my goals, but I still didn't have a footwear sponsor. And I was training for my 5th Olympics. And so my brother looked at me and he's like, well, what if we just did this ourselves? And I'm like create a shoe company? And the more I sat with it, I was like, yes,
Wow.
we can create change ourselves instead of asking somebody else to do it. So we created Seish. So we created Seish, and it's a lifestyle brand for women, and our first product has been a lifestyle sneaker. And we make shoes that are designed to fit the form of the female foot. And we
Yes.
learned that shoes haven't been made for women.
Right.
A shoe is made off of a mold that has been a mold of a man's foot to make women's sneakers. So we thought that was crazy.
Right.
And so our shoes are different. They're designed for and by women, and I'm so excited to do that.
Oh, I'm getting me some of them shoes.
We already got some coming your way. Yes.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Of course.
What do you want little girls to take away from your story?
I hope that they know that, you know, they have to stand up for what they believe, that nobody can put limits on them. They can do whatever, you know, they desire to, and you just gotta be a fighter sometimes.
Yes. Yes. Wow. What do you want your legacy to be?
I really hope my legacy is one that I've helped women, you know, that I've advocated for them. I've really tried after becoming a mother, you know, to do more, to support more. So I know that women are capable, and just because we start families, that doesn't mean that, you know, that chapter is over. And so
thank you for that. Talk about the challenges you faced with depression.
I mean, I think a lot of people didn't really understand the concept of, you know, how can you be an Olympic champion and have depression. I've been talking about it for like 10 years, and, you know, Naomi Osaka and Simone Biles are all talking about it now, but back then it was like, well, that's impossible for you to have that, you know, and like, they just didn't understand it, and it was hard to be at the top, and then you go back to your hotel room and you're completely alone, and it's very isolating, actually, and I struggled with it since I was 18 years old, and you know, I've found ways to take care of myself, and I think that's also one thing that I found writing the book is, you know, different ways of understanding myself, taking care of myself, and I really believe that mental health is just as important as physical health, and they both have,
you saying
they're all tied together.
That is so important. So true. Talk about like having low self-esteem, because a lot of times I have to say that people do think when you can achieve so much and you're successful that you're not human, and this shows the human inside of someone. So hearing from someone like yourself on these things, I think makes a huge impact and a difference.
Well, thank you, and I mean, again, I think sharing my story is just part of my process and my journey to be able to understand myself. But you know, after I won the Olympics, you know, I always looked at my body as, you know, a tool to be able to succeed. And when I started to be invited to red carpets and talk shows, you always make me feel good. But you know, being on the red carpet with people that are half my size was shocking, and I felt for the first time that maybe I shouldn't look the way I do, and it really got in my head, and I struggled with that for a long time. But I feel great now.
You look great. It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that. I feel like I can relate to that in some way, because I used to, you know, being in the industry, I'm a tall girl and I was a heavier girl, and I would see people and I used to like, I'm not too big, you too little. You know what I mean? That's what, you know, I like to find.
That's a great way to look at it.
That's what I would tell myself. You started out as a Lakers girl,
I did.
and I heard you almost didn't make the audition.
No, I
Look at this.
Well, I knew that the girls I was auditioning with, they were all up there. And they said, hey, Paul, you want to try out to be a Laker girl with us? And I said, no, I don't look like you. And they said, oh, but you're good. Come on. What do you have to lose? And then I figured, you know what? When I was a little girl, my dad taught me at 8 years old, he said, because I'd say, Dad, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. Oh, there's my daddy. I'm going to make it one day. And he said, well, honey, you're going to be faced with rejection. And rejection, you're going to be told no. And that you're going to have to accept that it's okay. Because I'm going to tell you something. Remember this, honey. No is the beginning of a negotiation.
Love that.
And I carried that with me my whole life. So when I got to, I was the only girl carpooling with 4 other talls, and I was the small. And I figured, I'm not the obvious choice. I'm never the obvious choice. So I brought a bag of clothes, you know, I brought a dance bag. So there were thousands of girls auditioning, and I was number 742, I remember the number. And I remember they took, you know, hundreds at a time, and I got up, and it was my line, and I'm like this. On my toes. And they go, when we call your number, please step forward. And I'm going, and 2 of my friends were called, and I'm going, yes. And I'm sitting here on my toes, and number 742, and I stepped up, and I'm like, and then I heard from the voice from God, all right, if we called your number, we're thinning the herd. You can come back next season. Didn't even get to dance. So 3 of the girls, me and 2 girls, I was so pissed. There were 2 girls left, and I was so aggravated. And I ran to the bathroom, and I got into the stall, and I said, no, it's the beginning of a negotiation. And I took off my leotard and tights, put on a new leotard and tights. And this time I put my hair in a ponytail.
Go on, Paula.
And I entered as my middle name, Julie, and I spelled my last name ABBAL. And I went out there, and the 2 girls that were cut with me were like, you can't do this. You can't. And I went, and I ran out to the next 2 girls, and they were like, that's not fair. I can't believe you're doing this. You can't do. And I'm like, there are no rules. I mean,
right.
So like,
make your
who
own
cares?
rules.
And so I did it, and then all 3 of us got cut.
You got cut again?
Got cut again, and then I said, guys, can you just wait 1 more round? I still have 1 more outfit. And they said, no, we're leaving. Take a bus or a cab home. I went, really? They go, really? And I went into the stall. I saved the best for last. I pulled out the Jane Fonda red and white chevron stripe leotard.
You knew what to do.
I put blue leg warmers on. I put blue wristbands and a blue headband. And now I had to enter as my first initial P, my middle initial J, and I spelled my last name Apple, A-P-P-L-E. And what am I gonna do? I have to change my hair. So I put
Don't tell me you had
half up, half down, and it became very, very, very famous. The palm tree, Paula's palm tree on top of her with a hair scrunchie. And I sat in my office on the toilet, and I said, dear God, I'm gonna be bold and daring and unique, okay? Look after me. And I went out there. Right as I was going out, I heard back half of the arena come forward and the front half go back. So I just ran right to the middle front, and I got to dance. And then they said, back half of the arena, come front, go to the back. I'm going, oh, shoot, they're gonna forget about me. What am I gonna do? Be bold, be daring. And I ran right back up to the front.
You were determined to make it, and you did.
3 times the charm.
Oh, my God. I thought I had some never give up about me. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.